Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and attempt to fix this. I'm thinking if I clean that up with a die grinder, give it something to stick to. I'm going to build that all up with brass, pretty much all the way around really, but definitely where they're missing. And then I'm going to turn it on the lathe and get the OD right, the outside diameter. Then I can turn down the two edges, and then I've just got to somehow gouge out those, whatever they call that part there in between the two teeth. So I'm going to have a go at that today. We'll see what happens. I cleaned all that up with a Dremel. Just gouge it out. I'm just going to try and build that up with brass. See how we go. I haven't got much choice at this stage because I haven't been able to buy this part. Hopefully I'll be able to get it one day. It's not as if I can stuff it up. It's already wrecked. So I'll just have a go at it. Anyway, see how we go. There's that part of it. Not too bad. It's getting rough. I haven't grazed for a long time. Let's go around the other side. 2 or 3 teeth to go. I think it'll be right. Just cleaning the side of it up. Do that on both sides. It's very hard to do this in film. I'd rather concentrate on doing that than filming, so we'll just do it when it's done. Okay, this is the first attempt at it. It turned out not too bad actually. So this is all pretty good. It's obviously it's a little bit low there. So tomorrow I'm going to fill that with more brass. It needs more in here. That's going to be melted out a little bit, and more brass in there. A bit more brass there. And I might do these 2 little tips. And overall that's turned out not bad. I'm happy with that for the first go. Considering it was a junk part, it's just bin, it's going in the bin. But it looks like I'm going to be able to fix it. So once I get all that nice, say like this edge here, on the whole thing's sweet, the OD's right, the sides are done. And I've got a couple of little end mills coming on eBay, and I've got a compound vise for my drill press. So I'm going to have a go at carving out these little pieces here in there. And I'm thinking an end mill's a go. If that doesn't work, I'll just have to figure something else out. I'll have to use a proper mill. But, even if I have to stuff around with a little Dremel, I don't know what it's going to take. But and like realistically, this is just temporary. When you muck around with cast and shit, cast alloy you can weld pretty good, but it's still just temporary. It doesn't matter how good you fix it. It's only till you can buy the right part. Anyway, I'm so happy with that. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I'll fill that with, turn it down and move on to the next stage. do this with 3 hands. Give it a go. Go more. That's the idea of it, just got to smooth that out. Alright, I'm going to turn this off. You've got to be cut out. You've got to cut out all those grooves now. Alright, that's the next stage. It's got plenty of meat on there, it's the right size and thickness. Just got to get the teeth into it, and then I can move forward. And I've got one of these coming, but that's a 31 tooth. The one I bought's a 32 tooth. Should still fit, I'm hoping, but if not, this one's got to get fixed too. It's pretty crap, but whatever. Got to do what you got to do. It's only till one day if I get the chance to buy another part, I will. Like I said, even if I've got to buy another bike, I'll do that. Anyway, thank you. This is what I'm thinking. I've got that in there. That's a 2-axis compound vise. I've got it bolted to this. I bought these 2 little end mills here. That's a 3mm end mill. That one down there is 1.5. I'm thinking, shove that in there. I can move that one way or the other. Just center it, see what happens. Well, that's the first pass. I wouldn't say it's actually neat. Everything moves a bit. I can only try. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to have to go and find a proper mill, because it's almost impossible to file that. It's just, there's no, you've only got, you know, 1/4 of an inch to push the file. So the only way it can be done is milled. Anyway, I'll just keep trying and see what happens. It's a bit hard, like I've got to use both my hands and my gut. I've got to lean on this to stop that moving. Even though I've got a clamp there, it still wants to move. It's only a Chinese thing, this. It's not bad for doing little jobs, but it's not for some precision like cutting a gear. Anyway, I'm not going to give up on it. I'm just going to continue as best I can. A bit hard to see that on camera, but that's actually pretty good. If I can just keep doing that, I might be able to use it. Unfortunately, that small end mill snaps straight away. It's just too small. I don't know what the hell they use them for, just engraving or something. Anyway, the 3mm one's doing it, and then I'm finish that with a file and sandpaper. I'll try a couple more. Looks like a couple of gears to me, a couple of teeth. 1, 2, 3. I've done one on the other side. I'm going to cut out in between all these first, and then I'll cut in the brass bits. But overall, this looks like a Chinese motorcycle. Pretty cool. Maybe a couple. couple more. Cut that out. And just a couple more. I think I've done 8. There's 3 in that gap. I haven't counted how many's in there. There's 2 in that gap. It actually doesn't look too bad. It's hard to see it perfectly, but yeah. It's not like it's a Grand Prix bike, it's only just a 50-year-old kid's toy. Realistically, brass is probably stronger than cast iron. Cast rubbish, whatever the hell it is. So it'll probably last. But I will still buy it as soon as I can see that part. I'll be grabbing it. But for now, that's good. That's not completely done, but it's pretty close. It meshes pretty well with that sprocket there. So that's all it's got to do. There's not that much pressure on those. 3rd gear. Kids just use 2nd and 1st. Anyway, see what happens. I'm pretty confident that it's going to be alright. I'm hungry now. I'm going to go up and eat. There's more tomorrow. I was busy this morning, so I didn't get to start on it until about lunchtime. A couple more hours on it tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. Getting there. It's probably about a full day's work so far. I've cut 14 teeth, and I don't see why they won't work. Probably just need a little bit more cleaning up. They mesh with the gear that goes on it. Apart from a bit of fine tuning, I haven't got those jeweller's files yet. It's actually not too bad. I'm not expecting it to last forever, that's for sure. As long as you don't double 2 fat kids up a hill in 3rd gear, I reckon it'll be fine. It's good enough for the little kids to ride around on flat ground. But I have got a bit of a lead. I might be able to get some of these parts. I've talked my missus into joining a Facebook group that for people that have motorbikes with these engines in them. Surprisingly, there's about a dozen different types. So I might be able to get this part yet. But for now, that's it. Better than nothing. At least I can put it together and start it. That's something that I'd like to do. Anyway, I'll go over it with those little jeweller's files and make sure they all gel good, and that's going together. Better than nothing. Thanks for watching. Anyway, these just turned up from the United States, so I don't have to use those. It's a 32 sprocket. There's a new main shaft. It's second hand. I'll just clean it up. Now I've got everything I need to put this motor together. So when I get back from Sydney, it's going back together. Anyway, thank you.